Well, so this is how Black River Stages ended. There's things that are off. Hopefully I'll put pictures in the video how it looked when it was the aftermath. But I'm good. Co-driver Gavin's good. We're both real sore. He took the majority of it, even though it was a center punch. You know, he took quite a bigger hit, and he had to stay overnight in the hospital, and was transferred to, you know, I guess better care, so to speak, or better eyes or knowledge, to a neurologist. Wow. So he's home now. We're in the process of recovering. But you always expect the unexpected. This was not a situation like Pennsylvania a couple of years ago. This was a brake failure, and not where I expected the issue came from. So getting there. But where, I guess, you know, after inspection that somebody did, we found, or they found, where is it? That brake line right there got kinked and broke right there, and began to leak, and we didn't know about it. Because we had a rear puncture on a sketchy bit that we came over a crest, and we were cooking, and I couldn't shift the car out of the way in time. I'll put videos in the you know, in this video, in the process of, you know, showing that, and all we thought it was just a, you know, a puncture, and we finished that stage, changed the tire out to a spare, and you know, we kept going. But then in the afternoon, we got, after the service, we got another puncture in the front, and then at that, and then at that time, I believed, you know, it felt like brakes went away, but I thought it was because of the front, but then they came back and they were okay. And I thought it was something where the brakes were overheating from running on the wheel for as long as it did in the front, and I thought that's what happened. And but you know, of course, post crash inspection, back here, that was the culprit. Was a right rear brake hose.
Oh my god.
Break, or
oh fuck.
It wasn't a failure. It was a you know, it must have been tore up in the how am I trying to describe this? Tore up in the the wheel puncture and running it for 1.5 miles to 2 miles to the finish. But to be honest, overall, in the end, they did a couple cage inspections post crash, and they accepted, and they passed the cage and the safety seats and harnesses, that they were okay, and they were, safe to continue, and for post crash, for a rebuild of the car, that it was safe, and all that was not had not failed. So going back around, we did have a fire in the engine bay. If you can guess, from that oil leaking somewhere in there, probably more or less from this being punctured, and hot exhaust, hot all this stuff, hot turbo stuff, and pancaked downpipe. It was a interesting situation. Saw a fire, but Gavin was hurting, and I'm like, we gotta get out of this car. There's a fire. He went off in the bushes to be out of the way. I was dealing with the fire, and then trying to worry about the car that was coming behind us. That they weren't gonna come over the crest and hit us or anything. And eventually I got the fire out, and then people showed up, and started the process of getting Gavin taken care of and all that. But basically, I'll play it in the video of what happened. But basically, on the second to last stage of the rally, stage 7, we had brakes the entire time, no issues, no questionable stuff with the brakes, and came over. We're basically coming to a cross, heard a turn for a 4, was braking early because we didn't have any more spares whatsoever. There was no more services, so we were pushing but taking it easy all at the same time. Oh, well, that's junk. I don't even know what that... Oh, that's the radiator. Oh, at least that's okay. But didn't have brakes at the top of the crest when I was braking early. It was a turn right 4, and just had nothing, and whatever I had was rear brakes. And kind of makes sense how it started to rotate. Was, obviously learning now that the right rear brakes were, there's no fluid in there, and whatever was, the left side was okay, so it kind of pitched us left. Straighten it out. I think I tried again, pitched us left again. By the time I straightened it out and tried, it was kind of too late, and we hit a stump at an unknown speed, quite fast, 40, 50, 60. I don't know 100%. It's in that range. And yeah, but then, you know, had the fire and, you know, got it out and, you know, dealt with everything after that. But the goal is to rebuild, and that is as much as I can confirm that we're gonna do. You know, it seems like my co-driver's in decent spirits the way I've, you know, been messaging with him. So, you know, I gotta get his car back to him, and, you know, we'll have a conversation about moving forward. But, you know, there'll be another video of, you know, at some point, you know, what the car needs next, and what it actually needs. We know quite a bit, and you know, of what it needs, but it doesn't look like it needs an engine. It doesn't look like there was any punctures of that. It's a cast iron block, so, you know, that helps. It's a little stronger than something aluminum, so but it at least might need a transmission, unless, you know, we can somehow get that mounting spot fixed. And I can't tell, it looks like the backside as well. But again, things need to be pulled even more, and a proper inspection, you know, needs to be you know, done. So but yeah, I'm gonna end it there, and, you know, there will be a video eventually, but it's gonna take a minute. So you know, keep you know, keep I'm trying to think. I'm still tired and sore, but you know, hey, keep watching if you want to, you know, see how this goes and the direction it heads. You know, I would appreciate it. We would appreciate it. And you know, we're gonna hopefully be back. So thanks for watching. See you next time. But here is some mix of stuff that was either flown off the car, removed from the car after when it returned. Headlights over there. Again, I think the only thing that was actually removed from the car after was intercooler and radiator. Skid plate flew off of the car. Front crash bar flew off of the car. All this bits flew off of the car. I think this core support might have been still attached along with that. But yep, gotta get to it at some point.